Assassin's Creed Shadows let me dig around in its combat engine for a few hours, and there's a lot more depth to it than I was expecting, actually a lot more, so I'm here to let you know what's up. Initial thoughts. Shadows control's really snappy, but with a decent weight behind your actions, and the animation team went above and beyond this time around. It's also satisfyingly gory and dismembery like a retro horror movie. The two protagonists you can swap between play it drastically different from each other, with extra combat depth exclusive to each one. Naue is a female shinobi, and she's the fast, nimble one that tends to be a bit more proficient at dodging compared to doing straight-up parries, and she also tends to excel at one-on-one fights, I found. Yasuke is the big brute male who gets taught the ways of the samurai after his ship plops onto the shores of Japan. He's a bit slower, but with wide-reaching crowd control attacks, and his parries and deflects are generally more effective. Naue's playstyle encourages you to Batman the situation, using stealth tactics, gadgets, and the classic Assassin's Creed parkour. Yasuka's playstyle, on the other hand, is more ground-based, encouraging you to charge in face first and rely on the fundamentals of combat. Smash, destroy. Naue is equipped with the Hidden Blade for quick takedowns, while Yasuka does the opposite and makes an aggressive spectacle whenever possible. One can use a grappling hook, the other can kick people roughly 3 miles if they wanted to. You get the idea. Now that I have the basics out of the way, here's the main stuff I figured out that I really want to show you guys. Your regular and alternate attack inputs, kind of like light and heavy attack, can be held to charge a posture attack. However, at different points of a combo string, you can hold either input to get entirely different types of posture-breaking attacks with unique animations. This lets you seamlessly flow into those charged strikes without resetting your combo sequence. It also just looks nice. Posture attacks like this are best used to break enemies' armor, indicated by the yellow bar above their health gauge. You also get a visual representation of their posture breaking by part of their armor physically flying off. Now, a supporter of Boomstick Gaming and sponsor of today's video is Factor, which directly helps to free up more of my time. The fresh, pre-made meals from Factor are shipped right to your doorstep, or door slab if you're not gifted with a step, and are ready to eat in just 2 minutes. No prep work, no cooking skills required, no stressful pile of dishes to clean up afterwards. The meals from Factor are never frozen though, which is important to me, since that drastically cuts down on the amount of preservatives required to keep them fresh. Unlike those freezer meals you'll find at the grocery store that are so pumped with junk, I'm surprised any of us are still alive to remember eating them. Factor, on the other hand, has over 35 different dietitian-approved meals to choose from each week, which taste better than any home-cooked meal I've been able to make myself. I honestly don't know how they achieved this. Head to Factor75.com or click the link below and use code 50BoomstickGaming to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first Factor box. That's code 50BoomstickGaming at Factor75.com to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Thanks, Factor. You can equip 2 primary weapons, and during certain types of attacks, you can initiate a quick swap, which uses a unique strike to switch over to your alternate weapon. This lets you create combos that weave in 2 different types of weapons. Like crack through their armor with a great club, bash forward with a swap, and finish them off with a polearm before they can recover. Instead of having to try and assassinate your target wherever they happen to be at, you can grab them by the back of the head and pull them along with their helmet string choking their necks as you move. Grumpy Naue quickly won me over. You can use this insulting mechanic to escort your victim to a more secluded location like an alleyway, to then take them out in a more intimate location. Certain attacks and abilities can trigger a knockdown, which incapacitates a target for a few seconds. Like using the Kusarigama to wrap the chain around their legs to then flatten them out. These types of attacks are useful for piling on extra damage while they're down, and the ground attack input will let you skewer your weapon straight into them. Dodging while attacking will not reset your current combo string, letting you continue the combo from where you left off after evasion. Always prefer that. Dodging can also alter how some of your attacks work, like with Naue's Tanto Blade. If you charge a posture attack, but instead of releasing it like normal, dodge forward with it, and that will trigger an entirely different attack out of it. This dodge attack modifier lets you adjust the reach of some of your attacks according to how far the target is away from you. Yasuka gets 2 dedicated ranged weapons he can equip, a bow and a rifle. both of these actually get their own set of active abilities. Insta Classic is the one where he throws up an explosive and shoots it out of midair. Deleted. These ranged weapons also have a unique depth of their own, like being able to quick fire an auto-targeted shot after a dodge if timed correctly. Instead of having a primary ranged weapon like Yasuka, Naoe always has access to her gadgets over here. Throwable kunai and shuriken, a smoke bomb, and bells. Yasuka can instead use different ammo types shown over here for his rifle or bow. These are mostly different ways to inflict status ailments on the target like bleed, daze, and the others. Outside of the two main attack buttons, hold on a second, there's also some attack sequences that only work while holding block, kind of like a third modifier. Like the special polearm combo, which can only be done while inputting a block. If you tap out the sequence correctly, it's pretty strong crowd control. Yasuka can damage enemies simply by running into them with his beefiness. Not much more to say about this one, just an insulting thing to do before you start a fight. When aiming your view, on the right side of the screen, you can call in temporary companions to fight on your side. Seems like you can recruit different fighters that will live at your customizable home base, and then you can choose the ones that are best geared out to bring along for an assist. Like human Pokemon with 50% more carnage. If you haven't already noticed, Naoe has 3 main weapons she can equip: a katana, kusarigama, and tanto blade. There are dedicated skill trees for each of those 3, along with her assassin, shinobi, and tool skill tree options. Yasuka can equip the long katana, it's like a katana but longer, naginata polearm, kanabu club, teppo rifle, and bow. Each have their own dedicated skill tree, along with the options in his samurai skill tree. Now, I only had about 3 hours of gameplay time with this early build of Assassin's Creed Shadows, but I could tell from some of the skill tree options that I hadn't unlocked that there's so much more to dig into with this combat system. Stay tuned, I'll break it down more at launch. During just my brief play session, this quickly became my favorite setting/environment of any Assassin's Creed game, and just the tiny nugget of the map I got to explore was artistically a noticeable step up for the franchise. I was left wishing I had a bit more time with it, but March isn't too far away. Let me know what you guys think of Assassin's Creed Shadows, though. Specifically, I'm interested in your thoughts on the combat this time around and the Japanese setting. Alright, I'm Alex, and that's all I have for you today. Thanks to Ubisoft for letting me go hands-on with this, thanks to Factor for sponsoring the video, and thanks to you for watching.